Mr. PKD Nambiar in here, because Mr. Nambiar is a sympathizer of the BJP, and Mr. Nambiar, despite being a sympathizer of the BJP, do you think that authorities need to do more to stand up to these fringe groups and say no, or is this no longer the fringe?
Oh, well, I may be a lone voice in this entire panelist who may have a little difference of opinion. I am for the freedom of speech, but there is nothing called as an absolute freedom of expression. If you really remember that in the first constitutional amendment which has taken place in this country was on curbing on the freedom of speech. So the first is that particular part. Then coming to the comedy. I'm a great fan of comedy shows. I watch quite a lot of them. I'm not that typical Hindu fringe element which you can brand. I run a technology company and a Marcom agency, which is a very progressive and professional business. So don't put me into that group that I'm going to say blindly that in a way that, oh, it's all happening is very good. Definitely no. But then where is another question? All this creative freedom, creative expression, whichever have been talked about by all these panelists, do they have the slightest of courage to criticize any other religion on their comedy show other than Hindu god or Hindu goddess or Hindu religion?
Mr. Speaker,
may I, excuse me, everybody in this show was talking
Okay. First, let Mr. Nambiar.
This narrative has been falsely propagated for very long that kisi aur religion
it is your show. I will not comment on it.
I am a testimony here. I myself have made fun of all the religions.
People, they cannot listen to the other voice.
Okay, one second. Mr. Nambiar, finish your point, but I want to interrupt and say, can you point out to me one comment, statement or joke by Veer Das where he made fun of Hindus? Can you name one statement?
Quite a lot of them.
Like?
Quite a lot of them.
Which one?
And I think you just need to open up and see that quite a lot of them. I may not be able to give you off the hand that it may not be.
No, but you can't just say that it's there.
I think you have a comedian. I think he's not on a comedy show. I think you don't get any more stage shows to laugh at on a national television debate, I guess. One thing I can only tell you one thing. Yesterday on a television channel debate with Kasturi ji and me, we were talking about the creative freedom and freedom of expression of the Kerala Diary, which the movie which was just with the teaser was released. Everybody was having a problem with that. It is not factually correct. I only said that it is not a documentary. It is a movie. It may be a creative expression of another people. But we have so many words to criticize that particular teaser of 90 seconds or 79 seconds. But today, if the government of Karnataka or the authorities, police authorities do so, if this particular show might create a law and order issue at that particular place, and Veer Das is not a person who has been so many FIRs been already filed against him in various places, not only one state, in multiple states.
And we know that FIRs are used as a tool of harassment in this country. Anybody can go and file them, and then you harass somebody. Come on, Mr. Nambiar, you can say that law and order based on what? What has Veer Das ever said in any of his shows that would create a law and order problem? Please point that out.
I think there are, as I said that before coming to your show, I was just looking at the details. There are so many FIRs being registered
That doesn't mean anything. You can register an FIR against anyone to harass them in different states. It doesn't mean anything.
I think, so can I say you that if it is only in the states which are ruled by the BJP government, I can understand what you are saying may be correct.
So it's okay for Bangalore to do this because he has an FIR in Timbuktu.
My dear friend, that is precisely I said the authorities at that particular place feels that it is more important than to conduct this show than maintaining a law and order at that particular. That is not you.
You're taking a law and order argument. Sanjay Rajora
if there is a problem.
Sanjay Rajora
is now suddenly becoming political. This is where the problem is. The comedian has got an agenda rather than just a professional comedian. You have a political agenda. That is where you get stuck. Mr. Comedian, your problem is that you have an agenda, you have an anti-Hindu, anti-India mindset, you have all the reasons to say...
How is he anti-Hindu and anti-India?
One second,
let's not toss, please, can I make a request? Can we not...
Defaming India. What are you talking
I don't know
about?
which newspaper do you read? I don't know which newspaper
I
do you
read,
read. We
sir,
don't know.
I read.
I think Nidhi, this is too much to even to be a panel like this, that wherein somebody feels that everything in this country happens is all bad.
Oh,
and there is
He's not saying that.
and-
He's not
no,
saying that. He's
Look
saying
at
that.
the intellect of this guy.
Nidhi,
Look at
Nidhi,
this guy
just
and
look
his
at
arrogance.
this. That this
And
is
his
also,
arrogance.
he is talking in
He
a
is
national
manufacturing-
television.
Sanjay, one second. Mr. Nambiar, he's
This is
not
the
saying.
heckler who's getting power.
He's not
Can I
saying
speak?
that.
Can
He's
I
not
speak
saying
one
everything
word?
is wrong with this country. I think that the point
When
is
did I
that
say that?
those who point, those who say that a comedy show is defaming India, ironically, are not saying that things like what he mentioned, like the release of Bilkis rapist or the Delhi gang rape, that is what defames us in our own eyes, more than the eyes of the world as Indians.
Now look at this. 5 people. We had 6 people on this panel. All the 5 people were talking. I did not even utter a single word. The moment I opened my mouth, everybody started screaming or otherwise putting up a question on me. But this is happening on a national television. This is the power of democracy. And now you are saying a comedian cannot speak. The so-called comedian is arguing, shouting and screaming. He has got all that power in the... See, now I am talking, he is speaking.
Of all these people, anyone lodge
It's worth it.
Some better comedy show.
Thank you very much to all of you for joining us. Thank you.